Now, the red mantis here is not named. Unless red mantis is the name. So we may actually just be slaying some ancient beast set to protect this. I don't really know. Digging the chest out of the river now, though. Got it. Oh, yes. Please tell me Hrothgar can wear this. Okay. As much as I like my glasses. You suck. You suck so bad. Hrothgar, get your act together. I can't wear anything. It's like 1 out of 5 helms. I can't wear, like, the Imperial helm that they're like, if you don't have the Imperial helm on, they're gonna know. And then you equip it and it doesn't display. Oh. Even if they just scaled it up so it looked terrible. Like the way the face masks work on Hrothgar. The way the face masks work on Hrothgar is super goofy. Let me see if I have one. That I can equip. They just push it out in front of their face. It just goes off wherever the front of your nose is. So it just kind of like hovers out there. It looks terrible. Ridiculous. I'm not asking for like every helmet to have a unique Hrothgar equivalent. I'm just saying like, especially with MSQ related stuff, what they should have done for MSQ related stuff, in my opinion, is when you equip like the Imperial thing, here, there are Imperials that have full helmets. Full helmets. What they should have done is they should have gone back and swapped this for a full helmet. And in that way, they could just turn your head off. The way they do if you equip like a Fat Black Chocobo, this just replaces your head. So it doesn't matter what the head shape is, because it just replaces it. Just for the things that, like, the MSQ is like, if you're not wearing this, the ceremony won't go forward. And then you put it on and it doesn't display. Like, if they want dungeon gear not to be applicable, it is what it is. Like, I understand. They didn't plan on people wearing helmets. But, come on, man. If you open it up, yeah, technically your head's in there. But you know what I mean. Like the horse head, for example. The horse head, you can't see your head in there. I don't think so. Some of them. The rabbit head, you can't see your head in there. Alright, we're back. I see your search is a fruitful one. I am pleased to say, I have also gleaned some insight into why the armor I found seemed devoid of power. As I alluded to, the ancient warrior's armor derives its power from a concordance between the incantations engraved on the steel itself and the inner beast of the warrior. But my own resonance with the plating was too weak to allow a proper connection with it, and now I think I know why. My soul crystal. It once burned bright like yours, but since the 12 easy steps I took at Wineport, scaring children and women alike, it has been reduced to a lifeless husk. Why this happened, I cannot say. But the tome is quite clear about what would happen were the powers of the armor to be bestowed upon one whose soul is weak. The inner beast would devour the mind of the wearer, who would go on a mindless rampage, and would end only with the mercy of death. Yet, not unlike the crazed fiends we battle, I believe that the armor sensed my weakened state, foresaw the potential danger, then knowingly, like some sort of robot, shut itself off, and its powers did not take me over. I dare say we are fortunate that it had that level of AI in this particular firmware update. I feel as though an apology is in order at this juncture. I must tell you I left this final piece of armor where I found it. The breastpiece, as the piece closest to the warrior's heart, has powers far greater than the more dangerous than the other pieces, other than maybe the pants, because that's how stat weights work on gear. Uncertain as I was to the reason for my being unable to connect with the plate's mystical energy, I feared to take it would mean imperiling both myself and those around me, even though I was somewhere where there were no people around. Your soul may burn stronger than mine, yet still I worry for your fate were you to put it on. Look deep within yourself, Meteor. When you feel yourself ready, and only then, come speak to me again. I'm ready. Oh, you would truly seek the ultimate relic of my people. The armor that could consume the very soul of the most poisoned warrior. Very well. If you are truly convinced of your readiness mere seconds after I asked you, I will not be the one to stand in your way. But I beg of you, Meteor, the moment you feel yourself losing control and your inner beast is overcoming you, cast the armor aside or finish the dungeon without your healers and DPS, which would be awesome. Cast it from the highest mountain or into the depths of the ocean. I care not. Maybe go solo some raids. Finish a Wondrous Tales by yourself, because if you don't throw this armor away, you would risk being awesome. For once the beast consumes your soul, there would be no going back. You would be a warrior main into other realms and beyond, perhaps to the end of the saga of the very gods themselves. You will rage on, a monster, leaving naught but carnage in your wake, winning every crystal conflict you queue for. The realm will bleed. History will repeat itself over and over like a new game. Plus, I cannot allow this to happen. No, my people have been shunned long enough. I would see the coming of a new age, like a new saga. We would have to label it like Saga .1, in which warriors protect the weak and are loved and admired by the people of the realm. My years of battle and sleepless nights spent poring over ancient texts, it has all been for this day. I have read the text under a waterfall because they say to preserve ancient texts, always exposed to constant running water. Brother, I know not where this fate has led you, and yet I feel certain that, in spirit...
No, that can't be.
Oh, man. You stand with me today. You
God.
do.
Oh my god.
Absolutely incredible.
Why would you pay that?
Together with people like Unholly Smith that support us for well over a year when that notification takes over. Something crazy like 19 months. Together we will restore the honor of our people. You must forgive my sentiment, Meteor. As I said, this has been a long time coming. Like 19 months coming. Or an hour ago when you started this questline. The breastplate you seek in the highlands of Querthos, at the spring they call the Weeping Saint, I will stay behind, here in the water, where I have stayed for many years, since a realm reborn. The events at Wineport still weigh heavy on my heart. The proof is in the pudding. Let's do it. Thank you, Unholly. It's been an eventful week in the 14 community, so it's nice to focus on the positive elements of being here. There's been plenty of frustrating things to go get lost in. And they're the same frustrating things it always is. It cycles around. When they finally fix the housing lottery, there will be some people upset. And then when they announce the next expansion, there will be some people upset about job changes or what class they add, or it's the same things over and over and over and over. This week was just the DPS meter conversation happening again, the same way it has happened every 12 to 18 months since 2014. All right. Look at this guy, Bolton. He must be so wrinkly. Do you know that there is no biological known cause of pruning? That it is mental. Which implies that if you had enough control, like, in your mind, that you could somehow teach your body not to prune. That's your body telling you that you've been in the water too long. If people are in, like comas or whatever, they can put their hand in water for, like, an unlimited amount of time. It never prunes. It's totally mental. Isn't that weird? What a weird thing that our bodies do to tell us, like, hey, There are problems with staying in water for a long time, and I'm telling you, this has been too long. And that's why people prune at different rates. It's weird. Weird stuff, man. Oh, it increases grip while wet. Well, that's handy. That's handy. So your mind is like, hey, grip the side of that pool. Get the hell out, Broseph. Oh, I told you I wouldn't come over here and claim unlimited power in case I accidentally slayed the masses. But hand the breastplate over, Meteor. After much wrestling with the thought in the mere moments it's been since we left my waterfall, I simply cannot entrust such a relic to an outsider who may be overwhelmed by the power, as opposed to me, who knows for a fact I will be overwhelmed by it. I return now to Hidden Falls. If you would have words with me, then come. I will not run away. I love my waterfall. But I warn you, don't go chasing waterfalls. You should stick only to the rivers that you're used to. Alright. Back we go to Costa del Sol. Super weird. Are we gonna get to fight this guy? I hope we get to fight him. I hope we claim that chest piece. The way we were meant to. I appreciate that they didn't make me put the helm on. I don't want to have to take my glasses off. Okay. We're back at our waterfall. Yes. Meteor, I am sorry. I did not mean for things to happen like this, but I had no choice. I looked at all the choices available and saw none. I have wrestled long and hard with this matter, but this is my decision. I cannot trust you with this power when I do not even trust myself. That is why I took it for myself. Aye, that's right, I won't attempt to don the plate again either. Nor will anyone. Not until I have proof that there's one with will strong enough to withstand the beast's siren call. Peer deep within your soul, Meteor. Peer into the eyes of the beast that stares back at you. Can you truly say that you can engage the monster in battle and emerge victorious? I shall return to the tome. If there are any answers to be found, they lie within those pages. In the meantime, continue your training, that you might find an answer of your own. How about now? Can we do it now? Can we do it now? Oh man. Oh man. Go time. Meteor! There is much we must continue discussing, but now is not the time. I literally just finished talking to you. I need a minute to read the tome. You surely recall my mention of the hunt for the bloodthirsty creature terrorizing small folk? The one that I thought might be myself, kind of? I just received word that the selfsame monster has been sighted near Wineport, the place where I was a monster. What is more, according to those who managed to escape the carnage, the creature appeared more man than beast. If this is true, then our quarry could be far more dangerous than any wild animal. We must find a way to stop it. I must find a way, since I have the chest piece. You don't have the chest piece, I have the chest piece. I am superior. This is my chance to prove to the people of Wineport, nay, the world, that my tribe and my art have been wrongly judged. Perhaps then my ancestors will deem me worthy. I think even my brother would too. There is no time to lose. We must arrive in the hamlet before any of the villagers fall prey to the beast. Let us leave at once. That way we can work together, because I need to get some credits. Alright. How about now? You know, there's some weird ramifications timeline-wise if this is him. Because we just talked to him, that means that this already happened in the past, and then he had that whole monologue, and then remembered that it was him, and then we have to go deal with him, which means, like, his concept of time is totally fractured. If this is his brother, however, that's different. And if it's somebody unrelated, that's very much like a Scooby-Doo episode where they're like, how did you not guess it was this person we haven't introduced you to? I'm ready. First level 50 job quest on the... coming up. Thank the gods for your presence. Wineport is in your debt once more. Fell creatures bear down upon our village in hordes, as if drawn by that great hairy beast. You must stop them. Meteor, you fend off these creatures. I don't feel like it. I will see to the beast. This is my battle to fight. Alright. It better not be Old Man Jenkins. Oh, man. You don't know what to buy with Poetics anymore. Poetics should be spent buying all of your 50, 60, 70, 80 gear for any classes that you need to level. Once you've done all of that, which I just finished on my main last week, buying the last of my level 80 Poetics for a melee job, you can now spend it progressing a Realm Reborn and Heavensward relics. That is probably the best way to create another finite but very long grind that you could just start. A huge portion of those relics is Poetics, so just start grinding relics. And then one day you'll wake up and you won't have relics anymore, and like slowly you'll run out of uses for Poetics. There's the monster! It's the beast! You really don't like red hair, huh? He's very anti-ginger when he goes angry. Oh, it's gonna be the brother. It's gonna be the brother. Stop! These people are not your enemy. The enemy lies within. Turn around. Oh, man. Turn around, Bright Eyes. You are stronger than this. Take control of the beast. Do not let it consume you. Brother. Why could that not be on the previous dialogue? Do not let it consume you, brother. Look at what you're doing. You are destroying all that I work to restore. The fate of our people rests in your hands, brother. Your weakness could cost us everything. I cannot let that happen. I will not. Our ancestors have chosen me to lead our people to glory, and no one shall stop me. They chose me, so I left without reading the text to hide it under a waterfall. Like a leader. No one. No one. No. No one. No one. No one. No one. Oh, it was I who unlocked the secrets of the Chronicles. I who trained you in their ways. I who uncovered the locations of the legendary artifacts. I who defeated my tribe's greatest warrior. I am the master now. I am the master. Return to me what is rightfully mine. I will rip those pants off those muscular feline thighs of yours. I want my boots, the helmet you can't even equip. Give me the armor. Come and take my pants, bro. Or I shall tear it from your bloody corpse. Like someone stealing pants. You're not gonna pants me, bro. Not a chance. Not a chance. You shouldn't have had me put it on. Don't you know belts are built in now? It's Endwalker. Come on. Bring it. Ooh, I've got all sorts of buttons on the bar here. What's all this do? Inner Beast. Oh, Inner Beast is like, it's like Felcleave. You know. I don't remember what any of this stuff's called. Ah! The beast rages within me! I can fight it no longer. Oh no, you home ganged me. That's a good call. That's good. I approve. Heyo. I am stuck here, eating that in the face. I'm not even gonna pop defensives because I respect you. Ah, Media! You must stop me! Done. Done. Axe to the face. Uh-oh. I have failed. Yes. I have failed you. I have failed my people. I have failed my ancestors. I have failed my own kin. I have completed the failure set of 4. I feel like that is a collector's item worth having. I found out long ago what had become of my brother, but did everything I could to deny it. I sat under a waterfall since 2014. I thought that if it was only I could prove myself stronger than he, the people would see his madness as a product of a weak mind, that they would believe the problem lay in him, not in our tribe. They would realize that many of us are normal and spend years underneath a waterfall alone reading a book. Yet, all the while, my soul was growing weaker and weaker. The inner beast had taken hold, and it would not let go. It drove me as it drove my ancestors, the keeper of the armor, and my brother. Our tribe had lost sight of who we were. In seeking ever more strength, we allowed ourselves to fall victim to that which had long since scorned in others as weakness. Instead of learning to harden our wills with resolve, we steeled them with anger, and therein lay our folly. That is why I am teaching you the technique Infuriate. May it serve you because it is excellent and you should use it at every possible opportunity. Like a bonfire, anger burns hot and bright, and when the fuel that feeds it is spent, all that remains is ash. By accepting anger as our guide, we left our wills at the mercy of the inner beast. That is why, in the future, I recommend that we make inner beast give us charges of anger, so that we never waste one, so that you may cause maximum damage. But not you. Your will is more akin to the lava which courses through the mountains of my homeland. It burns as strong as... nay, stronger than any bonfire. And when it cools, it becomes hard and firm, unbreakable, like those thighs I sought to take those pants off of. The quality allowed you to keep your inner beast at bay, but I recommend you equip it to a hotbar and also use it as often as possible. My people were once as you are now, Meteor, and I believe that that is why my ancestors chose to speak to you. You don't remember speaking to them, but they've been speaking to you. They sensed true strength within you, such strength as could rightly represent our people and our art. Had I but realized that myself, like I did just now about a conversation my people had with you that only I know, none of this need have happened. Well, what's done is done. If I am to have any hope in restoring my people's name, I must start over. From the beginning, it is time to spend another 8 years under a waterfall. And this time, I mustn't try to do it alone. I will sit under the waterfall with my brother. It may take time. After all, I sat under the waterfall last time, since 2014. But together, my brother and I will restore our village to its former glory by hiding remotely and talking to no one. And when we have, I shall remember Meteor, my friend and fellow warrior, how he saved me from myself, that my dream might become reality. That is a long black screen. How to quit you? How to quit you? Why would I quit? How to quit? Wineport is in your debt once more, Meteor. And what's more, we have seen the truth with our own eyes. More. I don't know why I keep saying that word more so many more times. Pray tell Curious George as much, and that we will be relying on him for his protection. Anything that comes from that waterfall will have to pass through him. He is a true warrior, and you can tell that by the fact that he wears replica armor. Our humble hamlet would be lost without his strength. After all, we have to defend ourselves from people who come here and drink too much wine. You know, like people here at brunch or long Saturday lunches. Okay. How to quit you? I can't. I can't quit you. 2013. Oh my god. Oh my god. Even longer. Even longer. I was just doing the math in my head that it had been 8 years of the waterfall. It's even longer now. Even longlier. 2013. Curious George lore. That's written in his little tome. If he'd let us have a peek in the bottom, it's like bringing you waterfall nonsense since 2013. Welcome back, Meteor. Despite that all that transpired, the captain at Wineport would entrust his village's defenses to a man who will never be present outside the gate or inside as security? My, they must not believe in security. I know not what to say, because that is silly. It has been a long road. I would like to correct the length of the road to include not only to 2014, but also back to 2013. Thanks to you, I have rediscovered what I lost so many and an increasing number of years ago. I will see to my brother's wounds, who you thought would be here in this waterfall with me, and once he is well, we will embark on the path of the warrior again by not embarking at all, but staying here, engraving the lessons we have learned in our souls, never to be forgotten. Curiously, that's why they call me Curious, the moment I did avow this to myself, my soul crystal began to shimmer anew. I somehow see that yours grows stronger than ever, so maybe just all warrior soul crystals are growing right now. I don't know. I thought it was just me. It would seem my ancestors have once more bestowed their knowledge upon you, and also me. This power, why, this is a power that I have only read about in the tomes. Nay, a power entirely beyond my comprehension, because I told you I'm not good at all the reading, but I think I might have read about in the tomes had I better comprehended the tomes. To think that I once doubted your resolve. No, you have truly conquered your inner beast, become a truer warrior than I could ever hope to be. Know that you stand before me, the equal of my tribe's greatest heroes. You're not the greatest, but you are like equal to the greatest. Maybe like one step down, like two steps, like a hedge, like you would like one just behind the other so that it looked really nice when they stood next to each other, like in a G pose. Ever steel your resolve, Meteor, that you go forth into the realm and protect those who need your strength in case somebody like my tribe's greatest heroes, who are equal to you, could also protect those people. With you representing us, the redemption of my people, the new era I seek, is surely close at hand. From you and others that are equal to you. There will probably be many warriors equal to you. Excellent. I think I'm going to run to a lot of other warriors. But none of us are the greatest. We're all just equal.